Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to another edition of Saturday night's main event. This is the voice of the WEDF Front Dog, joined alongside the other voice of the WEDF, Homer.
Why, thank you for that introduction. And we're here to show you some action from both SmackDown and Raw. We're going to start off with Drew McIntyre taking on probably his toughest opponent ever, which is the game Triple H.
Yes, the game Triple H. That I believe that is the toughest challenge for Drew McIntyre to date. He has never faced someone as intense as the game. But Drew McIntyre here is coming in a foul mood after he did not come out the ECW champion at No Way Out.
And that was really pulling for him. I mean, everybody heard me compliment the guy, and I honestly do think that I still think that he's up there in terms of his talent. I don't think that match takes any of that away, and I really think he's going to go the distance with Triple H. I think he's going to take him to the limit.
Well, here's the thing. Drew McIntyre could maybe follow in the footsteps of John Morrison. A couple of years ago at Tribute to the Troops 2008, Morrison picked up a big win over Triple H, and that pretty much propelled his career. You think a win for Drew McIntyre over the game could do the same for him?
Absolutely. I think it just takes one win, but we have to remember that he's not just going against anybody. This is one of the most intense people that when you step into the ring, just the intensity is like overwhelming.
Time to play the game, and Triple H is not in a good mood either. He not only lost the rematch against Jericho, but during the match, he was attacked and got hit with an F5 from Brock Lesnar.
I mean, I don't know why he did that. Hopefully, at some point we'll find out. But tonight he's got to focus on Drew McIntyre.
Yes, Triple H. I'm not sure if this is a good opportunity for Drew McIntyre because you got to tick off Triple H right now. Brock Lesnar hinted on last Saturday night's main event that he was going to end the game.
Well, I mean, I think that Brock Lesnar is capable of doing that. Perhaps maybe we'll see that sometime in the future, but like I said before, the Triple H has to stay focused on Drew McIntyre. As much of a challenge as Triple H is himself, Drew McIntyre shouldn't be overlooked. So for Triple H, he's got to stay focused on the task at hand, and that's getting a win tonight against the Chosen One.
And what will a victory do here for Triple H?
I think it'll just continue to prove just how dominating he is. I think how he wins is going to be important. I mean, it's tough. He's coming off of losing the tag team titles and failing to get them back, so he's got to prove to himself as a singles competitor that he still has it.
Look at Drew McIntyre already taking it to Triple H. Like Triple H trying to fight back here.
This is going to be a very brutal. This is going to be just a heavy brawl. I don't expect a lot of wrestling in this match. This is going to be heavy strikes.
Like a scoop slam. I mean, just like the streets of Ireland, where they just fight.
That's right, and even where McIntyre is from in Ayr, Scotland, that whole region is just known for its brutal brawls.
Look at Triple H going for the knee right there. Maybe Triple H trying to set it for the figure four. Been notorious for going for that.
I mean, that's a possibility. It would be a little unorthodox even for Triple H, but anything is possible in the squared circle. Just look at McIntyre here.
Oh! Double knees.
I mean, you don't expect to see Triple H in this kind of situation, but Drew McIntyre, like I said, he's underrated. People kind of set him aside. They don't think much of him. A lot of people even say that a lot of people even say he might suck, but I definitely see the talent in Drew McIntyre.
right now he's taking it to Triple H right now.
I mean, if there's anybody that you get in the ring with and take them to the limit and people start to notice, it's got to be when you get in the ring with Triple H. So hopefully people notice what McIntyre is able to do tonight.
Triple H going for suplex. McIntyre with a knee right to the head.
Wow.
Now look at this.
He's just manhandling the game.
Oh man, Triple H just called him.
That double A spine buster by Triple H.
Oh my goodness. That was one hell of a spine buster.
But look at McIntyre, he just continues to fight despite being in the situation, and that's just a textbook suplex from Triple H. There's a cover.
Could this be it? 1, 2, and Drew McIntyre showing resiliency there.
He's showing, this is a big test for him tonight. Win against Triple H could mean possible, future title picture. Who knows what could be in store for him if he were to win.
Could put the Ross on top. Oh no! Wait a minute.
Oh, nice counter by Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre's putting the whole roster on notice with this performance.
Oh, and just hits him with that hard right. And there's a lariat.
The hard lariat. McIntyre.
Look at, come on.
2. That's how I think that's how he was eliminated in the Elimination Chamber.
Well, perhaps he's learning from the past. He's using what was used against him, perhaps to help him win tonight. So.
Either that he used against Wade Barrett. I don't really remember. Anyway, back to this. This is a fist fight right now. An all-out brawl. Who's going to get the upper hand here?
It's hard to say, but it looks like it might be Triple H.
Was one of the best strikers in the game. There's a neck breaker. The game very crafty.
And that knee is vicious.
Brock Lesnar better take notice here.
For all we know, he's in the back watching right now.
Look at McIntyre.
Oh.
He should have him here. 1, 2, and Triple H kicks out in 2. Look at
wow.
Sending McIntyre flying.
And that's just the power of Triple H. Oh, wait.
Look at McIntyre. That's a veteran move right there. German suplex. Well, a mistake there. After McIntyre went for a smart move, he made a mistake there.
That was actually smart gameplay from Triple H. McIntyre didn't realize he was near the ropes. Oh, geez, here it comes. No, again. Counters 2 pedigrees, but I was saying...
Oh, man. My goodness, what a McIntyre. 1, 2. Triple H kicks out.
That kind of move isn't technical in any sense. That's just a brutal move. And oh, wow. Again, the power of Triple H.
Wait, what's this? What's he going for here?
Time could be the charm.
Here it is, a pedigree.
And it is. Pedigree to Drew McIntyre. This has to be the end. Here's the cover.
1, 2, 3, and tonight, Triple H had to fight for this win. Drew McIntyre took Triple H to the limit.
Gotta give props to Drew McIntyre, but the game proves why he is who he is with that victory. You can see this recap. There's moves like that spine buster that really gave him the edge. He's got those powerful strikes. He's got that size advantage, and and this was the finishing touch. The third time was the charm. He hits that pedigree, and that's it.
But something about Drew McIntyre is a loss could benefit him. He could learn from this ball and just get better and better and learn from it.
I mean, that's the only way that a superstar can improve with every loss is just to learn from the mistakes and to continue to grow. I mean, if you dwell on any loss, then you're only going to move backwards. So. But again, I do give props to Drew McIntyre. Took a very hard opponent to the limit. Unfortunately, this was Triple H's night.
I do give my respect for Drew McIntyre respect level. Wait, we're going to our next match. Vladimir Kozlov not even hesitating.
Kozlov, for those of you that have been long-time WEDF fans, I mean, this is almost like a revisiting of a former feud. This is Kozlov going against Smokey.
Kozlov nearly injured Smokey's neck many years ago. Smokey made a return. These two just tore each other apart. I have a feeling they're going to do it again.
This is not going to be pretty, especially when you think about the way that these two superstars fight. Here comes Smokey rolling in his limo.
Both are former United States champions.
Hopefully you're talking to a future United States champion, but...
Oh, I bet. The way MVP's been acting, I think not only you deserve a chance, but everyone else, and MVP's going to get his.
But that's for another story. We have Smokey here who, who's actually been dealing with some issues with Cody Rhodes over on ECCW. I've been paying attention.
It just seems like Cody Rhodes has some type of hatred for Smokey based on how he looks. It says he's an embarrassment, trying to hold him down, and guys like Ted DiBiase down. So the way he took him out of the Royal Rumble was really not necessary.
I mean, I kind of see where Ted and Cody are kind of thinking, but at the same time, their philosophy is that Smokey's not the traditional wrestler, and so that he shouldn't be here. But I don't really agree with that because I'm not the traditional wrestler. So, as surprised as people might see it, I'm actually siding with Smokey in this whole thing. Times change, and I'm actually on Smokey's side when it comes to that whole thing. But tonight it's about a rehashed feud. We're gonna see this is gonna be just like the last match, some brutal fighting.
There's Smokey. Back body drop. So that Smokey he's a fighter. He's fought all his life. It's only about Kozlov is he's fought in Russia too.
He's actually he trained in Sambo wrestling.
Yes, so he did.
He's actually a very good technical fighter, which could prove to be difficult for Smokey to take on.
What is the strategy here for Kozlov?
I think for Kozlov, just keep it slow. Keep control and allow the match to move in the direction. Because as long as he keeps it at a slow pace, he'll be able to keep control of this match just like he's doing now.
It's a good strategy against someone like Smokey who wants to just fight you to a limit.
Not to mention, I think Smokey is a little bit of a showman. He comes out here and he does what he does to entertain the crowd. Kozlov, I don't think really has too much regard for what the crowd thinks. So,
Smokey, do you think he needs to focus on Kozlov and not have? Do you think having legacy on this mic could cost him in this match?
Every match you should be in, whenever you're in a match, your focus should be on your current opponent. You should never have anybody else in the back of your mind because you've already given your opponent an advantage.
Anyway, Smokey going for those vicious kicks, running off the ropes, and Kozlov. Look at Kozlov, speak of the Sambo style. Nice T-bone.
He's gonna go for the cover off of that.
1, 2.
Smokey kicks out.
Something Kozlov
works on that ground game. This is, Kozlov has a strong advantage when it comes to the technical aspect of the ring. So,
as a fireman's carry, Kozlov just using wrestling moves and big-time strikes to ground Smokey. Keep him out of this match.
It's a dangerous combination for anybody to face, but Smokey seems to be holding his own, and you can see there Kozlov doesn't care what he has to do to get the advantage.
Oh, a headbutt right to the back.
That was right on that lower neck region. Not good for Smokey.
Oh, look at Smokey coming back.
It's a little surprising to see Smokey overpower someone who's bigger than him.
Uh-oh, oh no!
Oh no.
I think Kozlov's doomed now.
That could be the beginning of the end. That's the infamous acid from Smokey. No one is really sure what it consists of, but we know it's effective.
It's like kind of like Tajiri's. Now he's right. He's fighting him.
Just doing whatever it takes to keep Kozlov down.
It reminds me sort of that Tajiri poison mist, I guess.
I mean, again, it could be it could be the same thing. It could be something completely different. I have no idea, honestly.
Back to this match, Smokey
he's been in firm control for about the last minute or so.
Ever since that acid to the face, there's a clothesline. Is this it for the Russian? No.
The Moscow Mauler is able to kick out, but he's not able to stand up. Look at that hard right hand.
See Smokey here. He's going back to an old attire he's held many years ago.
This is a throwback for him. Maybe this is getting them. Maybe this is what was waiting to psych out Kozlov and.
Oh man, he's got Kozlov. Not sure what he calls that, but that was a very, very effective.
It looks like he might be going up for the acid splash.
There it is.
And there it is. That's got to be it. He's going for the cover.
1, 2, and an impressive victory here for Smokey, and Legacy's got to be on their toes.
That was a very good win from a former foe. But we have to believe that turning point was that acid from Smokey. After getting hit with that acid in the eyes, Kozlov wasn't able to do a single thing.
You know what? I have to agree with Cody Rhodes now. You know what? Screw fighting Smokey. I don't want to get my beautiful face like Cody Rhodes. Get acid right in the face.
I mean,
you know what?
I don't agree with Smokey's strategies, but I can't complain about the results.
I don't blame Cody Rhodes for avoiding him and trying to take cheap tactics. I wouldn't want to get acid splashed on my face.
I wouldn't either. That's why I'm on different brands.
I'm going to have to agree with Cody Rhodes here. I'm switching sides here. Cody Rhodes. Anyway, we're going to be right back here. Wait, no.
We're going to go right into the next match. Former WEDF champion John Morrison is going to go one-on-one with the Great White Sheamus.
Speaking of Morrison, oh man, this guy is a tool.
What do you have? What problem do you have with him?
He blamed AJ Styles for taking the cheap way out, but Morrison took out AJ out of the Elimination Chamber at No Way Out. I mean, how is that fair? How is that unbiased?
Here's Morrison's philosophy, and I can't disagree with it. Morrison believes that for anyone to get a fair shot at the WEDF Championship or any title here at WEDF, you have to work for it. You have to earn it. You have to prove that you deserve the title shot.
But he didn't earn his way.
AJ Styles was practically handed his shot at the WEDF title. He didn't earn it, and nobody in the back believes that he earned it.
Well, Morrison had to cry about it. And then here's a man who's finally earned his stripes. Here comes the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, who defeated the Great One, The Rock, at No Way Out, and shocked everyone.
I was surprised by that too. And I don't think that what Sheamus does should take anything away from John Morrison. I think that John Morrison earned everything that he has. He's a two-time WEDF champion, and he earned both of those opportunities, and he earned both of those title wins. So, that's where Morrison is kind of, that's why he's frustrated with AJ Styles' sudden placement to the top. AJ Styles can prove that he deserves it. He shouldn't be handed it.
I agree that Morrison did earn his way, but in WEDF, you do whatever it takes to get to the top.
You see, that's where I disagree. I think that everybody who holds a championship should carry it as a champion. Hold it like you deserve to hold it. Don't do, that whatever it takes attitude. That's where it gets, that gets people in trouble.
Well, someone who's earned his way up, and that's The Miz, the WEDF champion. He earned his way up.
He definitely has, but that he's starting to take the wrong path, and that could come to bite him in the ass. He's going to take on Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 2.
And don't even get me started on that. Let's just get to this match. And Morrison
has been in control from the beginning. It's a nice backbreaker. Irish goes to the turnbuckle, and Sheamus just dodges it and starts to take control.
I'll give it to Morrison, though. At least he didn't earn his way up by just making silly YouTube videos or pandering to an audience where you don't even own a TV set.
But that's for another. That's for another show. Right now.
Anyway, Morrison using his kicks.
I mean, he's definitely doing what he has to do in order. I mean, you look at the two. You look at these two, and Sheamus has the clear size advantage, but Morrison has been in control because he's keeping it fast paced. And he's using that unorthodox offense. He's using those educated feet.
Very similar style to one Rob Van Dam.
I think the easiest person to compare John Morrison to is the legend, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
That's when Morrison was at his best. He took Shawn Michaels, beat him several times, and just proved to the world that Sheamus being The Rock was all what elevated Sheamus, I believe. It's going to elevate him to the next level. He's a cover, too.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Sheamus get, dominated this much. And what a way to counter this. He's using that brute strength. Sends him into the turnbuckle.
Utilizing his size as an advantage.
And just use a hard lariat from the turnbuckle. I mean, that's
this
just...
is why Sheamus... Oh, that bro kick.
Morrison was able to dodge it. And just a textbook scoop slam. Looks like he's...
Morrison just tanked.
Goes up to the top rope.
One thing that Morrison said on Raw is that he's going to be much more aggressive in the ring. But that might have come back to haunt him there.
There's an STO by Sheamus.
Now the Great White, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus has Morrison in control now. What is the strategy here for Sheamus as this match gets into its midpoint?
Uses his knees to go into the gut.
We got a cover now.
He rolls it into the cover.
1, 2. What would a win here for Sheamus do, considering he beat The Rock just a few weeks ago at No Way Out? And then beating John Morrison.
Sheamus is looking to continue momentum. He mentioned on Raw that his pursuit is for the United States Championship, and I think that I think that he deserves to be in that area. I think that if multiple people were to get a shot at the title, I think his name would be toward the top of that list. So a win against John Morrison, a former WEDF champion, could possibly even push him higher.
The match was brutally interrupted by MVP, who's doing no one favors.
MVP made his his presence known on Raw. Interrupted 2 matches. He's not getting on anybody's good list anytime soon. So Sheamus, no matter what Morrison throws at him, Sheamus remains in control.
What a match these two are putting on here.
I mean, this is, whoever wins this is really going to earn it, because both men are showing that, this is a tough business, and you got to really, earn, your wins. Each win is just as important as the last one.
Sheamus shot to the back.
Sheamus is
trying to
just
keep
showing
Morrison off the feet.
Sheamus is just showing that he doesn't have to do anything other than use his strength. He's not using any fancy wrestling moves or anything like that. No fancy kicks. He's just pounding into John Morrison.
Morrison. Oh man! My goodness! What a flash kick! Morrison. This could be the opener he needs for this match. Now Morrison reverses. Morrison, what is this? Oh! Nitro blast out of nowhere! Could this put Sheamus? No. See Morrison, nope. Morrison reverses. What's Morrison going for here? Oh! Nicely executed backbreaker, and Morrison wants to get a victory if he wants to prove to AJ. AJ's going to be watching this match. Wait, Morrison misses. Sheamus from behind. Morrison gets an elbow up. Morrison trying to gain momentum, trying to get back in this match, trying to put Sheamus away. But Sheamus not going down. He's not staying down. He wants to prove a point. Being John Morrison and The Rock in two out of 3 shows would really send a message to not just John Morrison, but the entire Raw locker room and the competitors going after that United States Championship that MVP holds. Sheamus. But Morrison reverses. Morrison with a kick right to the head. And a clothesline. Morrison could be setting up for a little Starship Pain. Is he going to hit it? Morrison got him up. Starship, no! Sheamus with a counter. What a counter by the Great White. Sheamus now. Look at the no! Low kick miss. Morrison. ST up neck backbreaker. And Morrison looking to put Sheamus away. There's that running knee. Knee right to the skull. This is 1, 2. John Morrison's going to pick up the victory. Let's say as much respect as lost for John Morrison. What a win this was for him. Showing that he did earn it. Just a little recap of the match here. Missing that broke kick Sheamus. And then Morrison crawls his way. He that nicely executed move right there. After he hit that, Sheamus got a knee right to the face. That's all it was for this match. Morrison wins. The Shaman of Sexy with a big victory here. He's still got AJ Styles.
Morrison just proving why he should be back at the top, why he shouldn't, he's just proving his case against AJ Styles, earning every victory. That's why I side with him.
Let's see what AJ Styles can come up with on the next episode of Raw, though. But anyway, our main event, Jack Swagger and Mark Henry team up with number 1 contender to the world title, Abyss, who is invoking his rematch clause against Kurt Angle on this episode of SmackDown. So can Angle and Abyss trust you?
We are back to Saturday night's main event. And up next, we're going to see Jackpot, the number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, take on the mystifying Cara.
I must say, Jackpot was brilliant in the way he beat John Cena. He knew that he was the underdog in that match. He knew that he had to find a way to beat John Cena to get back in the world title hunt, and he did just that at No Way Out.
Well, I mean, it's no secret that I am personal friends with Danny, but I can't condone his actions. I think that when a world title shot is on the line, you have to be, you have to treat that with a little bit of respect, and you have to fight like a man, you know. And Danny didn't do that. He didn't give Cena a fair chance, and he didn't really prove that he deserves to be the World Heavyweight Champion with that win.
Well, nonetheless, Danny Jackpot will be heading to WrestleMania in a WrestleMania rematch against Kurt Angle. That is, if Kurt Angle can manage to beat Abyss on SmackDown.
Coming out right now is someone who...
Oh, my... Oh, come on now. I don't get the hype between this... In this guy. What?
Well, look,
this guy is just a traffic wreck waiting to happen.
How many people are there in the WWE like Sin Cara? Exactly. You don't even have an answer. He's bringing something new into WEDF, and people are getting, you know, taking interest in it. There's nothing wrong with that.
The fact of the matter is, Sin Cara's going to be laying on his back, losing to Danny Jackpot after it's all said and done.
Well, I think either way, it's going to be a good match. Sin Cara is mystifying, and he's got that, you know, he's bringing a brand new style into WEDF.
There you go, Danny. There you go.
I mean,
that's what you call strategy. Gain the upper hand already.
I mean, that's actually, I mean, you're right. That is a good way to start a match off, is to maintain control from the beginning and to never lose it.
Sin Cara with those kicks. Just a train wreck waiting to happen here.
Sin Cara wants to win. He's got to speed the match pace up, and he's...
Anyway, Danny Jackpot. What do you think is going through Danny's mind, considering all that's happened since bragging rights when he first turned on the WEDF universe?
I mean, clearly, you know, it's about what, you know, what's most important, and you know, before bragging rights, you know, what Danny cared about most was entertaining the fans, making sure that the fans were happy with what he did. Now,
well, the fans didn't give a damn about him, and he turned off.
Exactly. So now Danny cares about one person, and that one person is Danny Jackpot.
And I applaud Danny's decision. I mean, why do you want to pander to some people that don't even like you?
Look, I don't worry about the people that don't like me. Look, the thing is, you know, when I get in the ring,
Danny's got a chair. Look at Sin Cara. Oh man, Sin Cara! I think he hit the steel chair.
Well, he didn't. You know, Danny didn't break any rules. He didn't actually use the chair, but it definitely injured Sin Cara. But I was saying earlier, you know, when everybody has people that like them and don't like them. You know, the key is, you know, you don't listen to the people that don't like you. Those people that hate you for no reason, they're trying to get a reaction out of you. So you focus on the people that do like you, and you entertain. You know, you get in the ring for them. At least that's what I do.
I just don't think you've seen. If you were Danny, it'd be different. I think. I mean, if I was in Danny's shoes, I'd turn on them too. Considering the way like 100 people disliked last year's Royal Reckoning match, they have to work his butt off to return for them, and they just turn their back on him.
I mean, perhaps you're right. Perhaps in the same circumstances, I might make the same decision that Danny make. But right now, where I'm at, I can't condone what Danny did, and I can't support his decision. I can only be there for him as like I said, I'm a friend of his, and you know, I always wish him the best. But I don't condone any of the underhanded decisions that he makes. I mean, if he wins this match tonight and it's a fair win, then good for him. But if he tries to use a steel chair and cheat, and that's how he wins, then he didn't deserve the win. He didn't deserve the win. He didn't earn it. He didn't prove anything.
Off like clothesline and bulldog, Sin Cara kicking out of that, but Sin Cara meeting a drop kick. Sin Cara has not gotten to move out of the box ever since that steel. But Sin Cara!
It was a nice arm drag.
And Danny just shoving him down. Sin Cara really hasn't gotten into. There's that one kick KO. He hasn't gotten much offense at all ever since he.
I mean, he went for, the they call it high risk for a reason. He went for a big move and it didn't cost him, and now
he's going to pay. Here comes the high roller.
And you know, that. I mean, that's got to be the end of it. You know,
that's it.
Here's
just
the
cover. It's over. 1, 2, and 3.
And I mean, like I said before, you know, Danny started to do something wrong, but in the end, you know, it was ultimately Cara who costed himself the match with that high spot. You know, but
that's why Danny's so good. He can take advantage of that.
You know, and I don't think there's anything wrong with taking advantage of somebody's mistakes. That's the difference between a rookie and a legend, is capitalizing on mistakes.
This match right here is going to prove why Danny's going to become world champion once again, and just stick it to the fans when he celebrates at WrestleMania 2. I can see it coming now.
We're just hoping he does it the right way, because Lord knows he's already got enough people hating on him as it is.
I've turned into one of his biggest supporters after this.
I'm fully aware. We commentate enough that I can tell that. It's not a compliment.
Dan Hardy at a song. Incredible.
Here he comes, the world's strongest man, who I feel should be in the world title hunt right now. But Teddy Long has decided, you know what? I'm not gonna give Mark Henry a title shot because he's trying to injure everyone. I mean, he's sent a message to the locker room. He hasn't gotten a shot.
I mean,
win here.
I agree with Teddy Long. I think that, you know, Mark Henry shouldn't be rewarded for putting people on the injured list. You know, being a professional wrestler isn't about hurting people. It's about proving that you're the best. And even if he's proven that he's, you know, better than most, you know, his actions shouldn't be condoned or rewarded.
Well, what if Mark Henry were to pin the world champion Kurt Angle in this match? Do you think that would prove something to the GM here?
I think it would prove something to everybody. I think it would, anybody to get a pinfall on the World Heavyweight Champion, it proves that, you know, it makes a statement. So yeah, absolutely it would.
Here comes Jack Swagger, who was basically kicked to the curb by Kurt Angle after Angle said, you know what, I don't need you anymore after he became world champion, which makes Angle a hypocrite because Jack Swagger was the one that helped Angle become champion, and Angle promised him a title shot, and Jack Swagger never got it.
Well, look, here's the thing, you know, if Jack Swagger wants a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, then prove it, you know. Prove it just like what Mark Henry wants to prove it, just like everybody else wants to prove themselves, you know. You know, the reason why Abyss has a shot is because he invoked the rematch clause. He was a former World Heavyweight Champion, and he's, you know, he never fully got the rematch that he deserves. You know, if Jack Swagger wants a shot, you know, earn it. Stop being a baby, stop whining about it, and earn it.
Well, speaking of the Monster Abyss, can he and Kurt Angle trust each other? I mean, this is just so unpredictable that you think him and Angle can trust each other?
I'd say that you know, it'd be hard for, there might be a chance for Kurt Angle to be trustable in this match, but I don't think Abyss can be trusted into anybody. He's so unstable, and especially since, losing his undefeated streak to The Undertaker, he's just become worse.
Well, I don't think eliminating nearly 15 people in the Royal Rumble has made you worse, but anyway, here comes the world champion.
I'm not saying it made him worse in terms of wrestling ability. I'm saying it made him worse in terms of he's even more unstable than he used to be. I'm not taking anything away from Abyss's ability, but this is the man who does hold the World Heavyweight Championship. He's currently the best in the world. And right now, who can argue with that?
Well, anyway, Kurt Angle would like to get his hands on Mark Henry. Mark Henry, a few months ago, put Kurt Angle right through the announce table after Kurt Angle went through a match. It was before the Royal Rumble, and Mark Henry just sending a message to Kurt Angle. Mark Henry just turning through everyone.
Tonight is the opportunity for all four of these men to send a message. When whatever happens, a message will be sent. We're gonna start off with the two big men.
Look at this square off.
I don't think I've ever seen. Not many people can stand in front of Mark Henry and really intimidate him. But I think Abyss is probably one of maybe a handful to really do so.
Oh man, look at Mark Henry, the strength. I don't think usually Mark Henry is bigger than most of his opponents. I think Abyss is bigger than Mark Henry.
He definitely has him in terms of height. I think. I don't know how heavy Abyss is, but Mark Henry does weigh in at over 400 pounds.
Abyss is near the 400-pound range as well. Look at Abyss just trying to out-wrestle Mark Henry. And missing that clothesline.
This is just I think that this is probably going to be the highlight of this match, how this ends up, this colossal matchup between these two.
And Abyss just took Mark Henry down. Mark Henry's taking out the likes of Goldberg, Undertaker, it took out Matt Hardy, Dolph Ziggler, but I think he's made his match in Abyss.
Abyss is definitely one of the toughest opponents in WEDF. He went, how long was it that he spent, that he wrestled without losing a single match?
I think 3 years.
And
he just scoop slammed Mark Henry with ease.
It looks like he's going to make a tag to his partner, the World Heavyweight Champion, Kurt Angle. And look at this.
Oh, teamwork. Kurt Angle launching himself. Abyss actually lost Angle,
Any question of the two of them being able to work together was just thrown out the window with that. So look at Mark Henry just starting to work on the World Heavyweight Champion. Now his size advantage will come into play. But Kurt Angle has that
20. Mark Henry nearly weighs Kurt Angle by twice his weight.
But that doesn't seem to phase Kurt Angle because, he's, many people say that Kurt Angle's the best wrestler to ever step in the ring, and it's hard to argue with that when you look at his, accolades.
The strategy of Kurt Angle is pretty wise here, going for the big Redwood's knees.
Kurt Angle has been in the ring, he's been in professional wrestling for about 15 years or so. He's a former, he's the only professional wrestler to ever win an Olympic gold medal. He's definitely one of the smartest people to step in the ring. So, working on the legs of Mark Henry, he knows exactly what to do, with each opponent. So.
Oh, there's a cheap shot to Swagger. I'm not sure what that was about.
Well, Swagger should have stayed in his corner. Swagger was trying to get himself involved, maybe trying to distract Angle, and the distraction kind of worked.
Angle just ran into a brick wall.
And here's an interesting matchup. A lot of people have been waiting to see this.
Swagger taking many months of frustration. He was the one disciple that stuck with Kurt Angle after all the members of Team Angle dissolved.
But I don't have a problem with Angle pushing Swagger aside. I think that for once Angle realized that he doesn't need anybody. And look, that counter proves why he doesn't need Swagger. like I said before, if Swagger really wants a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, then earn it.
I think it's also more about Swagger ditching Angle and not just betraying him out of friendship more than the world title as well. This has become more personal between the two.
Well, either way, you know, this is the way to take, you know, to settle this.
Look at Swagger, German suplex.
I think it might be a little dangerous for Kurt Angle because, you know, Swagger did learn a lot from him. You know, he spent
One thing about Angle is he might not have taught Swagger everything.
Well, I mean, that's always the factor when the student faces the teacher. The teacher always saves a surprise for the student. But right now, there's nothing, you know, there's no surprises in this. Mark Henry's just using his strength.
Oh! A headbutt right to the sternum. That's 400 pounds of force going right down.
Vince able to get in the ring and, you know, stop that from happening. But what he's not able to stop is this domination by Mark Henry.
Mark Henry and Jack Swagger working well together. These two had a little hatred for each other early in the season when Jack Swagger nearly tried to break Mark Henry's ankle.
Well, I mean, you know, things change with time. So, oh wait!
Whoa! Mark Henry just ran out of his feet with agility. Angle was trying to get some hope of getting back in this match, and Mark Henry just turned the tide.
Oh, and there's a huge splash by the world's strongest man. Tags in his partner, and Swagger comes in to pick apart the pieces.
Henry and Swagger are working together as a unit. Wait, Angle. There's a kick. Wait, Swagger. Oh, don't. Look at Jack Swagger. Angle slam. He just hit the angle slam.
Are you kidding me?
1, 2, and Abyss breaks that up.
I mean, that's just, you know, just insulting Kurt Angle in the worst way, but using the angle slam against him, his own finishing move.
Mark Henry with clothesline. Kurt Angle, I think he's done if he can't make a tag. It might be too late at this point.
I mean, nothing is, you know, it's never too late, you know. It just takes a second for him to make that desperation tag. He's got to get one big move on Mark Henry to even the odds, but right now he doesn't seem to be going for that.
This is like a 400-pound machine that he's facing right now, an unstoppable machine.
But Kurt
might
Angle,
be even more.
Has Mark Henry ever won a gold medal?
Oh, going for the splash, but no one home.
That's
no, he has him.
And now the freshman Abyss in the ring. Even those odds again against Mark Henry. I think Mark Henry might be in a bad place.
The Abyss possibly the biggest and baddest in WEDF, taking out Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. And look at this, just scoop playing with ease.
I mean, he didn't even show any effort or any, you know, didn't tire him at all.
Abyss is just a monster, and on SmackDown, I mean, I think Kurt Angle is in trouble of losing his World Heavyweight Championship.
I mean, anything is possible. We'll have to wait until SmackDown to find out. Right now, we do have this tag team match. And, oh my God.
My goodness.
What a Samoan drop from the monster.
He just went to 400 pounds in midair.
Look at him just stalking Mark Henry from the top rope, waiting for him to get up.
Look at Swagger. Look at Swagger.
Oh, come on.
That is smart. That is smart.
That is cheap.
That's teamwork right there. That's how you work.
Swagger needs to stay in his corner is what he needs to do.
And here we go, Jack Swagger. Oh no! Oh no! Abyss called him.
Might have been a bad decision. A choke slam to Jack Swagger. Goes for the immediate cover, but Swagger able to get his foot on the ropes.
That was smart by Swagger, but oh man, Abyss just.
Fans cheering for Mark Henry. I don't.
Look at Kurt Angle. Going up. Oh! Wow. And Kurt Angle might be signaling for the end. He's stepped into another gear. The wrestling machine looking to end Jack Swagger right now.
Here comes the trifecta. He's hitting the second one right here. Going for the third, and he manages to hit 3 Germans in a row.
Can he go for the angle slam? Goes from behind. Here it is, the angle slam.
Executed perfectly. Jack Swagger is in a bad place.
See if this
cover. This has got to be it.
1, 2, and 3.
And a victory for the World Heavyweight Champion. But more importantly, you got to be impressed by the way this and Angle work together.
Well, they're partners tonight. They're going to be opponents on SmackDown for the World Heavyweight Championship. This could be the biggest main event in SmackDown history. It could change the landscape of WrestleMania too.
I mean, anything is possible, and especially when you have, Abyss and Kurt Angle, possibly the 2 best to ever be in the ring in WEDF. SmackDown is going to be shaken to its core.
I can't wait for SmackDown. It's going to be explosive in Albuquerque.
But this is going to do it for Saturday night's main event. Look at this. The stare down.
Wait a minute.
Oh! Mark Henry.
Looking for a cheap. Oh, choke slam.
Looking for a cheap shot, but not able to get it.
Oh, Angle's thinking, no way, big man. No way. No way. No. Don't tell me. No, this is 400 pounds. No weapon way. A tombstone pile driver. Could this be the fate of Kurt Angle on SmackDown?
Well, we're going to find out then. But for Saturday night's main event, I am Homer.
And this is the voice of WEDF. We will see you on SmackDown. What a main event this is going to be.